Subs?
In a year where streaming services stepped up their game and releasing old cool shows and new original stuff to keep their viewers in a cycle of binge watching, Netflix in particular had a damn good one. 2021 was probably the best year for Netflix. Almost everything they put out last year was an absolute treat for me. With the exception of a few ones, a lot of stuff I watched last year was good. The Mitchells vs. Machines was a fantastic family film with the same sense of style I expect from the directors of Into the Spider-Verse. Squid Game took the world by storm and, intentionally or not, geared towards fans of games like Danganronpa and 999. Like me. Inside Job is an adult animated comedy centered around conspiracy theories and is just a joy to watch. And even Dogs in Space, which even with its fucking baffling and overall horrible name, is actually a fun show to watch. However, none of them captivated me so quickly as Saturday Morning All-Star Hits. Now, I haven't seen Terror Along the Dotted Lines or Arcane, and I'll probably never fucking will, because fuck League of Legends. But even if I did watch those shows, I'll probably still think that Smash is the best Netflix show 2021. Created by SNL veteran Kyle Mooney, this Netflix original brings back people of the 80s and 90s nostalgia through a format I've never really seen before. I know there have been shows on Netflix that were inspired from shows and movies from the MTV generation, but I've never seen it done like Smash, a show about a cartoon block from the 90s and the sibling rivalry of hosts Skip and Trebor, and bringing with them a slew of cartoons made for this show, paying homage to the cartoons back in the day, countless references to 90s culture, and the surprisingly sinister event going on in the acting industry. However, even though this show is positively received, not many people are talking about it, which is weird because a lot of people are down for some good old raw nostalgia. And you can't get more nostalgic than this, so why are people not checking it out? I don't know, this show is fucking awesome. So welcome to my semi-in-depth review of Smash, because I don't really want to spoil everything, and why you should strap your friends to a chair and force them to watch it! Okay, I keep saying that this show is the best, but you might be thinking, what the hell is this show about? Well, I'm glad you asked, because Smash isn't just the name of the show, it's also the name of the TV block in the show. Saturday Morning All-Star Hits, often abbreviated to Smash, is a small new programming block for kids to watch Saturday mornings on, of course in tough competition against other networks. They first started out airing shows with no schedule at all, and it was slowly getting attention. But Smash still needs to get off its feet, and it needs one more thing any good Saturday morning block has: a host. And they found a host in two brothers, Skip and Trebor, which they found after both of them interrupt another audition while working as valet parkers for these offices. And by the first episode, Smash became a hit, as both brothers became the face of Saturday morning cartoons. But going behind the scenes is sibling rivalry, aggressive advertising, and a little bit of murder. But we'll get to that in a bit. So yeah, you can tell that this whole show is a huge love letter to 90s media. I was kind of worried that they were going to do a WandaVision, Ready Player One, Black Mirror bullshit.
Who came up with this?
But no, they actually played it straight. Every episode of the show is like you're watching an actual cartoon program. It has commercials, promos, bumpers, and of course, actual 11-minute long cartoon episodes in it. And by looking at it, you can tell that they are referencing other cartoons back in the day. Strongimals is He-Man or Thundercats, I think, and is also a victim of corporate takeover thanks to Skip. The creative critters are obviously Care Bears. Little Bruce is Bobby's World and a show that gets cancelled after one episode. And Randy, I don't know if this show is a parody of something, but I love it. About a dinosaur living in the present, and by episode 1, his life just starts falling apart. There's a lot of other shows we don't get to see except for a few cameos, and also references, like the Meeps are the Smurfs, and Puppy the Dog is the oldest cartoon in this world, obviously referring to the mouse! What? No Mickey here? Nope! Although there's a lot of obvious stuff that is real in the real world, they all don't say it directly. And since these shows are a hell of a lot crude and violent than the stuff we see on TV, I think it's safe to say that this is a universe where TV is more lenient on mature stuff, like the war on drugs boomer shit we got during that time.
This is crack.
Speaking of which, they landed on the art style of the 90s perfectly. Now, I can obviously tell the difference between stuff back in the day and stuff right now, even stuff that's trying to capture that style in modern days. But even if I know this was made last year, I still had a hard time calling it a new show, cause the way they use the animation and overall tone of it is just spot on. There were some times that I saw through the facade, but overall it was awesome. Every episode kinda had its own thing, you know? Like, it's always not about the block. Like, half an episode is a news segment, or one that is straight up Cartoon All-Stars to the rescue. You know Cartoon All-Stars to the rescue, right? So in 1990, President George W. Bush and the McDonald's Children Foundation got together Disney, Warner Brothers, and whatever owns the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the time for a crossover of the ages. But really it was an anti-drug PSA that literally threw every kind of way to telling kids not to do drugs. The special is also complete and utter bonkers with such great moments as these.
You want to help track down the thief, Garfield?
Hey, going through life with a blue lampshade is work enough. Wake me when the lasagna comes.
Let me rephrase that. Do you want to help, or do you want to be lunch?
Which will wake up Corey.
Sheesh, I hate when that happens.
What's that funny smell? I hate to suggest this, but my guess would be marijuana. An unlawful substance used to experience artificial highs.
It was my first time. Honest, I'll never do it again.
What's up, Doc?
Cowabunga, dude! How did you ever get so totally cool?
Actually, this is just one artist's conception.
Real good.
There's myriad wild and wonderful ways to say no. No thanks. No way.
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. This video took way too long than it has to be. Like, we're like halfway through the video right now, and like fucking I've been really busy during the summer. So this video took longer than expected, which is awful because this is a very short video from the script. So yeah, I promise you the next 3 videos in this set are going to be longer. It's just, god damn, man. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I can't fucking, like, make 2 videos in 2 months. That's fucking sad. Like, holy fuck, man. Shit, dude. Like, fuck. Cartoons aren't the only thing modified here. Johnny Rash is a hotshot actor occasionally shown in the show, promoting his rap career. Trailers for his ridiculous movies are just being a big piece of shit. But the show isn't just all that. Remember, this is TV in the 90s, and the acting industry is as cutthroat as any industry out there. Next to video games, movies, cable, fast food, fashion. Just watch The Offer and you'll understand. Take for instance Skip and Trebor. At the beginning of the series, it's established that the two have a little sibling rivalry, but as the show goes on, and Skip becomes more a worldwide celebrity, leaving Trebor into obscurity, their relationship as brothers goes from a harmless rivalry to searing hatred. And while this alone gives the show a plotline between both brothers, it also enforces the show's theme of selling out and dysfunctional families. By the finale, Smashes airs a lot of stuff that is either based off of toys, baby versions of previous shows, and cartoons based off in-armed James Bond-esque movies. This kind of program is common. This is shown to be something soulless and corporate. Kinda like how Hanna-Barbera loved to make cheap cartoons of their previous shows and turn them into babies and kids. Except a pup named Scooby-Doo, that one was fucking tight. Or how about Johnny Rash and his brother Ethan Rash? When we first meet Ethan, he is shown to be more calm and collected than his brother, but even by his introduction, you know he has a chip on his shoulder. Take his cartoon he made for Smash, Pro Bros, being of course a parody of Pro Stars, who has a villain named Ronnie Selfish, and yes, it's spelled that way. Clearly, Ethan thinks Johnny is some kind of bad guy, and I mean, I understand. I got this shithead living next door.
Fuck you too, shithead!
But in a way, Ethan might be right. Okay, now we're getting into massive spoiler territory, so if you don't want to ruin your choice to see this blind, go to here. So as far back as episode 1, we get introduced to this actor named Lottie Wolf. She appears in a lot of commercials through the show, like the season finale of a sitcom starring a Sasquatch, which is incredibly funny to me because Sasquatches are funny. There's this kind of B-plot that goes on involving her, Johnny, and another actor named Sean Benjamin, who's good at computers. It starts out as a love triangle, but it quickly turns into a murder case. In a new segment, we find that Lottie and Sean went missing, and an episode later, Sean was found dead, and Johnny is the prime suspect. Now, this might sound silly, but people kill each other all the time in the acting industry, so this isn't something entirely fiction. Kinda scary. Reminds me of that one American Dad episode where that old maid gets trapped in a bunch of asbrick. What the fuck is asbrick? And I think that's the beauty of Smash. They could have just get a basic concept and give it a horror twist, but no, they fully embraced their 90s pride. I really fucking hope that this doesn't turn into a Clone High situation where it gets cancelled after one season on a cliffhanger and have it become a cult classic 10 years later and have a second season be in development hell for years and constantly switch to streaming services and have said streaming services cutting exclusive animated shows off the face of the earth, letting it potentially become lost media. I'm still angry about that, by the way. But if that would be the case, Smash will still be the best Netflix show of 2021. And if there is going to be a season 2, the hints show that there is going to be about an MTV generation with fashion fads and music videos. So that'll be exciting. And that is why you should strap your friends to a chair and force them to watch it. Do it. Strap your friends to that fucking chair and force them to watch this awesome fucking show. Do it, you motherfucker. This video took too long. God, we're already done. Talk about Scooby-Doo next month. See you guys.